Morning, Legendaddies. How you going, Mitch? How are you? Just returned from a 163 kilometer hike through beautiful Bhutan, which was definitely one of the most challenging expeditions I've ever been on. I wanted to share with everybody a gratitude. I haven't done one for a week or so, and I thought this was a good time to do one. My gratitude is that, one, I survived, as it was extremely challenging. I'll put a few videos together and show you guys what it was like. But one of the reasons I wanted to share all this with you is I came out here to challenge myself. I talk about challenging ourselves when we're training, and this expedition that we've just been on was all about that. Yesterday was one of those days where I really pushed. We had about a 28 kilometer trek, took about 12 hours. 3 kilometers of that was through a particular pass that was covered in snow between waist and chest deep. It was physically and mentally demanding. We had to break trail for that 3 kilometers. We were wiped after the first 10 meters. It was just exhausting. We had to work out a way to get through that pass. Obviously we did it, we're here. Again, I'll show you a video later of how we did that. But there was times during that trek, and especially in that 3 kilometer stretch, where I was heaving, breathing beyond control, head in the snow, my waist deep in the snow, physically struggling to move mere inches, to the point where I was nearly passing out. It was like, you know, you would move a foot or two and then just heave with breath. And we were, you know, at high altitude. We were probably still about 16,000 feet at that stage, so you only got about 60% of oxygen available to you. I'm not telling you all this to let you know, oh, look what I did. It's not what this is about. I wanted to let you know that it was you guys, the brotherhood, Mitch, who I seen during those times when I was really struggling. When my head was down and I was struggling for breath, the old mic would have shattered, would have broken into 100 different pieces and just called for the chopper. And we would have needed a call for a chopper because we were 4 days in, about 113 kilometers away from the nearest road, and the only way out was to go forward. And we were still at that stage there, around about 12 hours away from getting to the nearest out point. But all I could see was your guys' mugs going chin up, eyes forward, out the gate. And every time I said that little mantra to myself, I would take a couple of deep breaths, I would control my breathing, I would understand where I was, and I would go the next 3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, whatever I could do for that next little spot. And it's fantastic motivation, and it's great to fall back on that. It's lovely to have. I went out there to find my limits. I went out there to challenge myself to see how far I could push before I broke. I'm happy to say that I didn't find that limit. Now, you might seem a bit strange, I went there to see what that limit was, but the beautiful thing was I could keep going just because I knew I could control the situation, control myself, understand where I was, have that self-awareness that all I need to do was take a deep breath, control myself, and see the next step forward. And that's what this group gives us, guys. It gives us control. It lets us see where we're at, understand where our mind is, understand what we're physically capable of, and know that when we get to those points where we have to really push and have to dig deep, that all we have to do is take a deep breath and go forward. Train easy, train hard, fight easy. So I wanted to thank you guys for all the support that you gave me. You might not have known you've given me, but I think we all know that we all fall back on this group, and we all fall back on the motivation to take from the group. It is fantastic. I love it. This was a fantastic learning experience for me. I have learned a lot about myself again on these 6 or 7 days out on this track. As I said, I pushed myself to as hard as I could, and found that I have even more to give, which I love. And I had a great time doing it. Right, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. I want you to go out there when you're training today and find your why. Understand what your goal is. Fight for what it is you're trying to achieve, whether that's just to spend more time with your family, whether it's to complete a goal like this, whether it's to make your life easier. Whatever that goal is, whatever you're fighting for, find your why, go out there and do it. Alright guys, thank you again, appreciate it, looking forward to seeing you all when I get back in a few days time, and just go forth and conquer. Catch us guys, cheers.